I kind of want to bring it back to the person who's starting out, right? What pitfalls are they going to run into? What can they avoid? What kind of mistakes are people making that either make them quit YouTube and like they just give up on it, or maybe they're making some mistakes that so they're not getting views anymore?
Yep.
What would be one of those that you think a lot of people make?
It's funny because those kind of feed into each other. I find that a lot of people give up too soon because they're not getting enough views. So they get discouraged. I've had videos that 240 days after they've been released start taking off to almost a year. So like,
and like viral taking off.
Yeah. And you literally could be a year away from that video that you just made before you quit or right before you quit taking off because you just stopped uploading.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think a mistake people get is they get bored. They're like, man, this is boring. Yeah. Well, it might be very boring because it's time for you to start working with other people. I know it is a lonely journey if you are just like grinding and doing it all by yourself. But even if you found like a collective or you started masterminding with a few friends, or maybe you started one, you're like, hey, every Monday we're going to meet on Zoom and just like, you kind of did this, right? With so if it was just you and you were just cranking it out, I would imagine you'd get really discouraged. But now you have guys being like, dude, try this thing, like, let's do that. So I think find a community. And I do love that about VRA is that there's a community of people constantly. It's every day. It's 24/7 of people checking in on each other, testing video ideas and things like that. Yeah. Don't allow yourself to live in discouragement. It's okay to get discouraged, but don't live in that, because then it's going to cause you to quit. And by you quitting, there's that ripple effect of what could have been or what should have been, what probably should have been. I actually think that if you do not quit on YouTube, that is the number one recipe for success is the trying at YouTube. I feel like we're trying at YouTube. We still are trying. Yeah. Like we're always testing new formats, testing new things. And that's actually the goal. So, we started this conversation talking about fitness and that sometimes we have these end goals. Well, no, the goal is to build the lifestyle. So if I get discouraged in the journey and it causes me to quit, I actually lose because the goal was to just stay on the journey. Yep. So don't allow discouragement to cause you to quit.
I love that. Our video editor for Think Media, Nate, he's over here.
Hey, Nate Dog.
He has a similar story with his channel. And so Nate's film...
Nate Dog, Nathan's Dogs. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
His channel is called Nate's Film Tutorials. And your video that took off, initially the director's one, it didn't take off right away. And I think he was even, probably a little bit discouraged because he posted this video and I was like, dude, this video is fire. Like this is going to get a ton of views and all this stuff. And it like just tanked. And it was also at a point for him where he was a slight pivot from like videography to filmmaking. And I was like, but bro, like just commit to the filmmaking, like commit to the pivot. And is this right here? So check this out, dude.
Dang, 100.
100 days in, it ends up getting 6,000 views. And how many subscribers? You had like 20,000 subscribers at the point. So that's not a lot of views for him. But after 100 days, it jumps up and it just keeps skyrocketing. And now it's at 283,000 views.
Wow.
So just similar to you, right? It just like found the audience. And here, you can take this back, Nate.
And this is actually a thing that is happening on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. It's when you're just posting consistently and one video goes nuts. What do people do after that one video goes nuts? And what does YouTube do? Number one, people start checking out the other videos. Yep. YouTube starts serving your next uploads, your older uploads. And then it starts to like fill in your channel, if you hypothetically, or like an illustration is like an empty cup. Let's say you're empty and you have this one go viral and now they're spilling over into other stuff. So now even for me, older podcasts I uploaded 2 months ago, they're starting to take off. But it's because people are starting to binge the channel. Yep. And it's because Nate didn't quit that people can now go back. They can go forward. And so this is why you don't want to quit.
Exactly. There's a lot of people who would post a video and then they would be discouraged after 159 days.
Yeah.
They would give up and then like their channel takes off and they're like, there's all these new viewers coming in and they go to your channel like, you're inconsistent. You don't post anymore.
Right.
You haven't posted in 6 months. And so what you have to do is stay consistent even when it's hard And then YouTube rewards, like the snowball effect happens through consistency of recommending another one of your videos and another one. That's how YouTube works.
And it's like, and honestly, if you're in finances, there's this term called compound interest. I would say this is a little bit more powerful because the amount of compound interest that takes place with attention, then it really puts the ball in your court to be able to do what you want to do, sell what you want to sell, you know, live how you want to live, you know? So yeah, don't make the mistake of quitting.
Dude, I feel like we got to wrap it right there. You guys can click on the screen. Check out our other conversation. We got some good combos coming up. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.